Welcome to today's Chitas in a nutshell shir. Today is Chav Tes of, the 29th of Av. Tonight is Rosh Chodesh. And we're holding Revi, the fourth aliyah of Parshas Shoftim. Here we go. The Torah says, what if a Levi comes, right? And, right, the Levi comes from any town, wherever he may come, and he wants to offer a sacrifice. He wants to bring a carbon to Hashem. Now, what's going to happen? The Levi gets to eat, the Kohanim and the Levim as well, they get to eat their portion when they bring a carbon. Right now, when they bring a carbon, when the Levim and the Kohanim serve in the Beis HaMikdash, mainly the Kohanim, the Levim play the instruments, but when the Kohanim served in the Beis HaMikdash, it wasn't they served the whole year. It was they served it in every Kohen had a few days a year, a few weeks a year, he would do his Avodah. And during that time, the Kohanim that worked then would be able to eat the karbanis that were given to the Kohanim, to the leftovers or whichever parts they were able to be eaten, like we spoke about yesterday. Now, what about if you bring your own carbon? If a Kohen brings his own carbon, then that carbon he's able to eat. Now, what about Erev Yom Tov, right? The 3 times a year, Shalosh Regalim, Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuos, when the whole Jewish nation is coming to bring karbanis, you have a lot of karbanis there and a lot of work to be done. So then all the Kohanim are there, and they're all able to help do the Avodah, and they all get a portion of their karbanis. Moving on, the Torah tells us that we have to be very, very, very careful not to follow the ways of the Goyim, because the Goyim were actually thrown out of Eretz Yisrael because of the way they acted. And therefore, in a way, we should learn from the Goyim, but what should we learn from them? We should learn what not to do, because the way they did things got them thrown out of Eretz Yisrael. So if we want to stay there, we should do the right thing. A few of the things we speak about that the Goyim did was the kishuf they did and the magic and they would put bones in their mouth and they would tell the future and they would speak to dead people and they would do all sorts of black magic and make all these calculations and predictions and bad omens and good omens and all these type of things. We should not follow in their ways at all, because Hashem actually hates these things. It's very disgusting for Hashem, and that's why Hashem threw them out of Eretz Yisrael. And Hashem finishes off famous pasuk, Tamim tihye im Hashem alekecha. You should be complete. You should be whole with Hashem in all His ways. That is, what does that mean? You should rely upon Hashem and believe Him. Don't try to say what's going to be tomorrow. I should tell the future. Let me take a bone and see if I can predict what's going to happen. No, you rely on Hashem. Trust in Hashem. Have bitachon. Everything will work out just fine. Moving on to today's Tanya. So again, we're in Igeres HaKodesh, so you have a lot. Igeres Tshuva. Yeah. So we have a lot of letters, and today the Alter Rebbe, you'll see many Prakim in Tanya at the end start off with the words Ahuvai Achai V'Rei, right? My loved ones, my brethren, right, and my friends. The Alter Rebbe is speaking to the Jewish people, right? He loves them like his soul, and he says that. Again, we're speaking about tzedakah. Now, the purpose of tzedakah is obviously to help poor people, and specifically in Eretz Yisrael. And the Alter Rebbe says that, he doesn't say these exact words, but let's say when a person, you give an example, when you ask your mother for something or your father, and you ask them, can I have this, can I have that, and you go to the store and you buy things, all the physical things you do for your body, to keep yourself alive and well, you shouldn't do for selfish reasons. No, it's for me, it's for myself, so I could live, so I could be... No, you do it. Why? Because you have a neshama, and you want your neshama to be able to survive and to be able to, right? And the only way your neshama could live is if you have a body. Therefore, when all the physical things you do and you go after in your life, you should always make sure that while you're doing it, to connect the physical and the spiritual. And not that your physical body is, I'm physical and there's no connection between God and between my soul and my body. No, just the opposite. Yeah, the whole purpose of your body is for your soul. That's why it says in the pasuk, "Mi ka'amcha Yisrael, goy echad ba'aretz." Who is like the children of Israel? Which is only one nation in the land. Right? What does that mean? A deeper meaning of the pasuk, goy echad ba'aretz. Echad shows on the oneness of Hashem, spirituality, kedusha, right? Your neshama, because it's the oneness, and eretz shows on physicality, the land. So goy echad ba'aretz. We're one. How are we one? When we're only when we're in the land, when we connect the physical to the spiritual and we elevate it. Only then right? When we use the physical for the spiritual, and we don't say, we're not selfish and we say, I'm only doing it for myself. Rather, it's about your neshama. And obviously the Alter Rebbe ends off that your neshama comes before someone else's neshama, but Hashem gives us the koyach to help ourselves and to help other Yudim to uplift their neshama. And when it comes to tzedakah, you're meant to first, obviously, Aniyeh Ircha Kaitmin, I think it was in, Chumash a few days ago, or maybe in Tanya, it said that when you give charity or tzedakah, you help first the poor people that live in your town. Then you go to another country or more farther away. So to here, first you help the people that are closer to you, and then you can help farther out. But what comes first? The Alter Rebbe says the first, even sometimes before your own soul, is to help the poor people, the tzaddikim, which live in Eretz Yisrael. Shkoyach for joining today's Chitas in a nutshell.